Clements Homebrew.
Coming at ya.
So we've got kind of a special beer because we just realized, hadn't been paying attention, we're over 500 subscribers.
Holy smokes.
It's ridiculous.
That's a lot of subscribers. And by the way, we met one the other day.
We did. We were we were in line down at Hair of the Dog, and we met one really nice gentleman. And what a fun time, and what some great beers we all hauled off. Let me tell you,
Yes.
you'll see those later. All right, so today to celebrate, we've got one from Boulevard Brewing, and recently I did the 6th Glass Quad. So this is roughly based off the 6th Glass Quad, and they age a bunch of quad barrels on cherries in oak. Some of them up to 3 years, right?
It's pretty good.
So here's the bottle. Yes, indeed. It's the Bourbon Barrel Quad from Boulevard Brewing, part of the Smokestack series. All right, we're pretty excited about this. We're gonna get this thing open.
It's got a sweet top on it.
It does.
As they always do. I carry 2 of these Smokestack series at work, and they fly out of the store.
I learned this little trick from Keith, by the way.
Woo! Woo, everybody. Do you see that? Look at the head on that. Well, that's 1.5 inches of just pure, like it's almost an orangey.
Yeah, mine's even 2 fingers, and
more like a peachy head.
Yeah, it almost is. It's like a peachy beige, some kind of combination there. It's very hazy. Our lighting's not as good, but very hazy, kind of a brown, almost makes me think of a peachy color too. You know? Some orange hues, a little bit of red hues, a little bit of brown on the top where it's thicker.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, okay, I can smell it from here though. I gotta get a nose on this one.
Go for it. Yeah, it just kind of has an amber color to it, almost. And just has that like almost pinkish tint to it in this, that's why I said peachy when it comes to head. So, what are you getting? I guess my phone is staying.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm already, well, it's very effervescent, and you get that off of the nose. It makes me think a little bit of Saison, a little bit of something with a slight bit of Brettanomyces or something, you know, so a slight sour.
I pick up a lot of the vanilla and the oak, and I'm also picking up a little bit of a raisin, or like the lighter of the dark fruits, I'd say.
Yeah, I do get a hint of the cherry.
Yeah.
But more like I get that note from like a brut champagne kind of, the way it hits my nose.
Yeah, now I'm starting, as the foam's coming down, I'm starting to get more of the cherry.
Yeah, and I just got more of what would be like a candy sugar kind of a scent off of it. Yeah, a little more of the typical quad aromas are coming through now.
Yeah, it does give that little champagne.
Yeah, it does. It does. It smells really rich. But yeah, you do get a little bit of the bourbon. It's not super strong. You get some of that oakiness, that little bit of that
and
vanilla.
with the cherries, it almost gives off a wine.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of vinous.
All right.
It smells damn good. Cheers. Thank you all. Thank you for subscribing.
Yes.
Holy smokes. Talk about your Smokestack series.
Smoky. It does have that essence of a sour to it because it's been in the barrels. It's kind of got that little wine, but it's
not Brettanomyces at all. On the nose, when I come up through and I sip, I get a little bit of that cherry coming through. Really nice. But the cherry is really blended with the oakiness.
I was going to say that. It's a really nice blend of oakiness. So it gets a little bit sour from the cherries, but it has a nice oakiness to it. That barrel that gives it that more wine to champagne.
Yeah, I wouldn't say sour so much as that brut champagne-esque type, thing. Like when you have, champagnes that have fruit. But so much more rich with the malts because you're getting that character of the quad in the background. It's just that it's so effervescent. It's not like your typical quad with this fruit and all this oak, and a bourbon oak at that.
It's got nice carbonation, tingles the tongue.
Yeah.
You know, keeps the nice and fluffy on your tongue. So it's a nice light flavor coming. Or
yeah, it's a real fine carbonation.
So it's a nice feel going down the throat. I like it.
Wow.
It'd be a great summer beer, actually.
This is the champagne of beer. I'm going to tell you, this is pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's 16% ale, 84% ale aged in bourbon barrels with cherries.
So the majority of it was 84%.
And
barrels with cherries.
I don't know if we mentioned it was 11.8%.
Woohoo!
I know. So it's pretty heavy too.
Oh man, it's not an overwhelming beer though. This is not like. I'm not saying there's not booze in it, there are, but this is not like a heavy, boozy beer. It doesn't come across that way.
Yeah, no, it doesn't come off boozy at all. It's very light, but it's enjoyable.
There's just it's like you've got like this bubbly, light feeling, but with this slight syrupiness to it. But it's really balanced out really well. And with some buttery oak to it. Not a little bit of like a caramel coming through on that.
Light caramel.
You know, maybe even a hint of toffee, but
it gets semi-grassy notes in there. It definitely isn't as dark as a normal quad, I would say, or like thick.
Yeah, it's not as heavy. It's not as heavy as body or anything.
It's nice how it's light. I like that.
Yeah, this is something that if you got the funds, you might want to grab multiple bottles and stick some away. I would say that for sure, because, wow, if you could get them.
So you ready to rate this?
I think I'm ready to rate it. Enjoy the rest.
Excellent.
Okay, wow. For quad, this is tough. It's not a normal quad. It's a barrel-aged quad, but it's a stupendous quad at that. I don't know where to go with this as a quad. So I think as a quad, I got to go. It's in those 90s for sure for me. It's an A beer. As a quad, it's not typical of quads. So I think I'm going to put it on the high end of the excellent as a quad. Rating as a quad, I'm going to give it a 94.
On the other hand, I feel that because it's so different as a quad, it loses its quad feel and taste, and I'm actually going to put it 10 points lower, at 84.
Wow, I gotta respect that. I can't understand it quite, but I gotta respect that. And all right, so for overall though, for any kind of beer, this is a beer I would be proud to have at a wedding, an anniversary, a birthday, to pull out and kind of blow some people's minds, I think. Because this is, you could give this to people that are not beer drinkers, and I think they would just be like stoked on this. I have to go up. Personally, I think for my overall, this isn't my normal style, by the way, at all. I'm giving this a 97 though, I think, for my overall, because I think it just rocks.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying this beer. For me, on the other hand, I mean, I enjoy it. I think it's a good beer. But overall, for me, I'm going to rank it at an 88. It's nothing stellar. It's nothing great. I don't know how much it cost, Dad, but, you know, I would enjoy this on a nice summer day. But it's like one of those things that you need for the occasion, if you feel like, for me. So I'm going to give it an 88. Good, enjoyable. Have it again, but not stellar.
Well, he'll never have it again, I assure you that. And I'll tell you what. But this is a great beer. You sure got some really different perspectives. I'd watch someone else's review, quite frankly. And see what they think. Here it is, folks. Oh, I know it is something that many of you want, and I hope you all get. This is the Bourbon Barrel Quad from Boulevard Brewing, the 2013 version. I'm so pleased to get it. you know, he might think it's a B, but I'm going to tell you what.
That's the great
He got
thing.
dropped a few times as a child.
That's the great thing about opinions. They're
That is,
always
that is.
different.
All right.
So anyways, from Clement's Homebrew,
Life is too short,
to drink cheap beer
and we'll see you.
on the next beer review.
You might not be here. No, I'm telling you.
I'll be around.